Today we have another Edison format deck profile, and this time it's Ancient Gear. Alright guys, so today we are diving into a little bit more of a beloved deck, Ancient Gears. I know a lot of people have loved them since GX. They're relatively bigger in Edison format, especially with the Mahina archetype being thrown in as well too, so got a lot going on here. Now it's not fully complete, but I wanted to at least show you guys this deck. I'm still missing a few gear frames, so bear with me as we break it down. Alright, so starting off, we got 3 copies of the big old dragon himself, Ancient Gear Gadgetron. So I'm still trying to find a few more higher rarity to really match that. But yeah, he is going to be one of our big boss monsters of the deck. So Ancient Gear Gadgetron Dragon, followed by the beloved Ancient Gear monster. We have 3 copies of Ancient Gear Golem. So yeah, everyone's pretty much loved him since GX. I would love to get some ultimate rares from the Lost Millennium, but we'll see what we can do. So we're going to be playing 3 copies of him, followed by 2 copies of Cyber Dragon. Very good for contact fusing as well. Going to Chimera Tech Fortress with all of our machine monsters on the field and get ourselves a big beater. The worst thing about this deck is it does fall to our opponents playing Cyber Dragon as well, and them contact fusing our own monsters, so that is one thing that we do kind of face a dilemma with. But not too many people main deck Cyber Dragon, so at least we can win game 1, right? Following, we have 3 Mahina Fortress. Very good recursion with this guy. You know, you can discard machine monsters at equal level 8. You can bring him back from the graveyard. So solid recursion with him, especially for a 2500 attack monster. So nice to get him on board when he's already been in the graveyard. Moving on, like I said earlier, I do need 2 more copies, but we will be playing 3 of a Mahina Gear Frame. So I'm still looking for 2 more, which I'll just have to order online, I suppose. Next, we have 3 copies of the Ancient Gear Beast. I believe it's actually one that I pulled an ultimate rare in Korean a little bit ago. But yeah, Ancient Gear Beast following up their Ancient Gear lineup. And then next, ending our monsters, we have the Mahina Peacekeeper. So just 1 copy of this guy. Going into our spells, we have 3 copies of Gear Town. Solid field spell for the archetype. You know, with this, both players can normal summon Ancient Gear monsters for 1 less tribute, so you'll be able to bring out Ancient Gear Beast just right to the field from your hand with no tribute. So very solid. Not only that, when it's destroyed, and send to the graveyard. Special summon 1 Ancient Gear monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So the fact that you can hit all 3, it's pretty impressive. It's something that everyone's kind of looking for in a field spell card. Following, we have 1 copy of Mausoleum of the Emperor. Just another way to kind of turbo out our big old machine beaters a little bit quicker. Following with that, we have 3 copies of Terraforming to help search out Gear Town a little bit quicker. So it's almost like we're playing 6 copies of it. So very nice, solid recursion with that. Moving on, we have our destruction spells. We have our Mystical Space Typhoon, Heavy Storm, and then of course we have our Brain Control as well too. We'll help clear out our opponent's field a little bit quicker. Since we do have all machines in our deck, we are playing 1 copy of Limiter Removal as well. Help get the big booties on those monsters up a little bit more, especially Ancient Gear Golem, who does piercing. Next, we have 2 copies of Book of Moon. Kind of ties in with that piercing from Ancient Gear Golem. And then we do have Megamorph as well. So imagine going Megamorph with Limiter Removal. Ooh, it's going to be pretty good, especially, well, hopefully, if our life points are a little bit lower. Or you can even equip it onto your opponent's monster as well too, if they got higher life points. So big brain play right there. Moving on to our traps, we do play 1 copy of Starlight Road. Very easy to just cheese out our Stardust a little bit quicker. We have 1 copy of Mirror Force, 1 copy of Trap Dust Shoot, a copy of Solemn Judgment, 2 copies Bottomless Trap Hole, and then 2 copies Compulsory Evacuation Device to round out our traps. Moving on to the extra deck. Most of it's going to be pretty generic except for, I guess, like the first 2 cards. So we do run 2 copies of Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem. 1 Ancient Gear Golem and 2 Ancient Gear Monsters. So, very nice, very nice. So we do have 2 of that in here. Followed by 2 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, just so we can contact Fuse and ideally get a pretty big beater out on the field. Following that, we have our generic synchros. So we have Red Dragon Archfiend, Black Rose Dragon. We actually have 2 copies of Stardust in here, just in case. A Colossal Fighter, Ally of Justice Catastor, Yugioh Guardian, Brio, because of course we need him in every extra deck, Power Tool Dragon, Thought Ruler Archfiend, and Magical Android to round out the extra deck. So there you have it, guys. That is the Ancient Gear deck that we are playing Edison format. Let me know your thoughts down below of what you're thinking about this deck. So, of course, there's plenty of machines that you can toss in, do different ratios, so a lot of different things that you can always be doing differently. So be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this deck, what you would do different, or if you just play this deck as is. Be sure to check out those links down below as well, too. Check out TCG Player Link and rpkgaming.com. We will see you guys on the next one. Goodbye and good night.